What's up, everybody? It's Coach, and I'm coming to you with the Deadzone 2020 update. Alright, so we have a few new models and some new stats coming in the force. So everybody got a little something. Everybody got a little something. A few guys didn't. Nameless, got left out and whatnot, but a few other guys did. All right, so let's see. The Enforcers, they won the lottery in this. They got a lot more models. I guess with the new Firefight coming out, use the same models, you get them, and then you can put them in Deadzone. So let's talk about the Pathfinder Infiltrator. So now moves on a 1 to 5 because of the Scout Bike. All right, no armor, size 1, 4.64 across the board, regular Pathfinder. But here's where it makes a difference. All right, Pathfinders usually go to the second, third level, get above. They're in my opinion better than a sniper. You get a tag on them. If you take the Pathfinder Sergeant and you get that TNA ability and target acquisition, for the guys who don't know, we call it a little TNA. Reach out and touch somebody, 15 points. You do that. You take a few Pathfinder Infiltrators. All right. For 1 extra point, regular Pathfinder's 15. So now, if you take the Pathfinder Specialist, you'd have Scout, but you would have Hacker also. So you're losing Hacker, but that would cost you 20 points. Okay, and for here, if you want to put a bike on a guy, you might as well take the Infiltrator. For 1 more point, you're getting the Infiltrator. Now, here's the big thing. I don't know if anybody's noticed this. Moves on a 1 to 5. You scout him up 5 cubes. I'm going to say that again. 5 cubes on a scout. That's incredible. All right? You're going to get them in position. These guys are going to be sought after to be taken care of. All right? They really are. But you got to watch. 16 points and 2 VPs. 4+ save is good, man. I mean, 4+ save on the Enforcers have always saved me. But you got no armor. So, pretty good. It's a bargain, man. Instead of paying 5 points, paying 20 points for it, you're going to get him there without Hacker. Would have been good to have Hacker. Maybe, on a 5, sprint him up there and then get right to the objective on the second turn or whatever, and you get it going. It's a good thing. But yeah, it's pretty cool, and I like the model. All right, the B&E Enforcer. Moves on a 1 to 2, armor 1, size 1, 5.54 across the board. Frenzy 1. You know me, love that Frenzy. Pistol, Thermal Mines, range F, AP3, got the jump pack. 17 points, 2 VPs. I would say this is a specialist, but when you think about it, he's very, very similar to the Assault Enforcer, right? The only thing is, you still have the pistol, same stats all around here, but you have the thermal mine. So you get rid of the wrist blade, but you get a thermal mine, which is AP3. 17 points. That's not bad. An AP3 weapon, you're getting going from an AP1 to an AP3. Not terrible. Now, he is a specialist, okay? Not an Enforcer specialist where, you would have Hacker. So let's say if you wanted to take, say, an Enforcer specialist in thermal mines, would have cost you 20 points. But this guy gets Frenzy. You do lose Hacker, like I said. But a Frenzy 1 on a 5+ in the AP3, this guy might be a legend for you. Really will be. And you could take those beautiful Defender shields, put them on here, give him an armor 2, Frenzy 2. Frenzy 1 on AP3. Might not be a bad thing. I really do like this B&E Enforcer. I don't know if I have any guys modeled with the thermal mines, but I might have to make a little hobby project for myself and get these guys going. I really do like it. Just that the Enforcer specialists are really expensive, and now we just had one for 16 and one for 17. Good fit. Gonna flesh out the ranks. The Enforcer Defender, brand new guy. Now, I got to tell you, I got about 6 of these guys. All right? And I have them modeled up. So let's talk about it first. Moves on a 1 to 2, armor 1, size 1, 4.54 across the board. All right? Just a regular Enforcer. Combat shotgun. Now, I don't want to spoil the surprise of going over the FAQ or the change of the errata, but the combat shotgun is now range 3 knockback. Okay, they've always been knockback, but now they're range 3. That's pretty spectacular. They come with a jump pack. I know some of you guys turn your nose up to jump pack, but I got to tell you, man, when I take my enforcers and they get mobile and they're on a 3rd level, then there's a space and another 3rd level, and you got to get over there with a move dice, or you want to use a shoot dice, you know, move them across, and they can move 2 spaces, jump 1 whole space in the air. It really makes a huge difference. Or if you're on top of a cube with an enforcer up there, and then that stinking aberration's coming up, or just something big is coming up, or, you know, maybe an ogre's climbing up to get you, and you know you're not going to beat them in combat, and you jump to a next level and you get full model and shoot them. That's a great thing. So don't sleep on the jump pack, ladies and gentlemen. It is a fantastic thing that comes standard with these enforcers. Now, here's where the rubber hits the road, right here. A defender shield. That is what I'm talking about. Now, if you take an enforcer defender, you take, let's say, an enforcer specialist, which is 16 points, you get a shield for 5, and then you take a combat shotgun for 1, you're looking at 22 points. All right? For 4 points cheaper and 2 victory points, 18 points, he's a bargain. He's a bargain. Now, if you want, okay, he's still a little expensive. All right? Like I said, the specialist is 16 points. But look at it this way. Look at it this way. 18 points, all right? You take the specialist, you know, enforcer specialist with a defender shield, okay, for 18 points. So you're basically saving, 3 points there. And then what you're going to do is you can take that extra points that you have and put a better gun on him. You want to put a burst laser on him. You want to put an incinerator on him. Or you can keep the shotgun on him, whatever you want, just do that. It is cost effective, all right? Because you got an armor 2 enforcer with a 4+ save. Now, don't forget, he's a size 1. Usually, the common thing is you put a defender shield onto a peacekeeper, which, don't get me wrong, is great. But look at it this way. You got the enforcer defender here, as is for 18 points, with a free defender shield. It doesn't go against your items. Same thing with the monowheel scout bike. It doesn't go against your items if you take the Pathfinder. Now, you could take those 2 shields and then put them on the Pathfinder. The Peacekeeper. But the Enforcer Defender, let's say you put 2 Pathfinders in a cube and you put the Defender in there, you could put 3 Pathfinders in. You could just put a bunch of guys in it because he's only a size 1. I'm going to say this is Coach's best find, Coach's seal of approval right there on the Enforcer Defender. I love this guy. And like I said, I got about 5 or 6 of them already modeled up. I even got some with burst laser and an incinerator because I just liked the way it looked. It wasn't feasible, but now with that, for 18 points, maybe you put something on them, another 4 points, getting him to 22, maybe 23 points. Not terrible. Not terrible. He's not a peacekeeper, but he's pretty close. Pretty close. The Enforcer Defender. Start breaking out those combat shotguns and shields, boys. We're going to war. All right, the next specialist is the Marine Monocycle. All right, coming at you from the GCPS. All right, he moves on a 1 to 5 as normal. Okay, 0 armor, size 1, 5.65 across the board. He's a vehicle, laser rifle, range 6, and a rapid fire. If you take a Marine specialist, 8 points. You take a bike, it's 5 points. At 13 points, you're going to lose hacker. So what you lose in this, it's 13 points, but for 4 points cheaper, you're losing hacker, but you're getting a 1 to 5 with a monowheel scout bike. If you wanted to take a scout bike, this is the way to do it. If you're going to put them on a Marine, basic Marine, but you're zipping around 1 to 5. It could work. This is the guy that maybe grabs your objectives or, gets into combat or helps out or whatever. Their stats are a little wanting, but, it's pretty cool. And he's only 9 points. He is a specialist. He's going to take up a specialist slot. But this guy's okay. If you're going to take a Marine on a bike, this is the way to do it. Don't take a Marine and then add 5 points to him. Do it this way. Take it for the 9 instead of the 13. What, is there an echo in here? Same picture, but the Maison line's getting the love. Now, the Urbana Black Wing Monocycle, 12 points, 1 victory point. Moves on a 1 to 5, no armor, size 1, 5.55 across the board. Okay, now here's here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing. All right. He's got the laser carbine, range 6, rapid fire, weight of fire 1. This is my favorite gun for the GCPS and for the Maisons. I love to take the guys with this, okay? Now, he also is a Blackwing the Blackwing Monocycle is a trooper. All right? Moves on a 1 to 5. Okay? That means something. So now, you know, he's not a specialist. This is just another thing. For 12 points and 1 victory point, we're talking big time. So if you want to just take a regular Blackwing, you know, Urbana Blackwing Marine, you're talking about 11 points, 1 VP. Guys, for 1 point, you're going to get the bike. Now, you're losing the fact of mobility going up, all right? Going up a level, going down a level and whatnot. But you're gaining the bottom speed, all right? Unless you have a ramp. You know, I don't know. We really don't use ramps at Family Gamers. But if you have some ramps, this guy would be awesome, all right? Getting him on above a level. But like I said, there's speed for grabbing objectives, maybe helping someone in combat or whatever, getting that +1 dice. Pretty good. And like I said, all these bikes, they don't count against your items, you know, your unique items. So if you want to take a shield or you want to take a med kit or whatnot, and you want to take a bike, this is the way to do it. So that's pretty cool because this guy's a troop. The other ones were specialists, but this is a troop. Not too bad. Like I said, I like the Blackwing Marine in my Maison list. Give him a bike. Let's see what happens. All right, the Saphir Hunter Mako. I think it's Mako because he's on the bike and he's going to move fast. And as we all know, watching Shark Week every year, that the Mako is the fastest shark in the ocean. So I guess he would be the Mako. So let's talk. 1 to 5, armor 0, size 1, 5.55 across the board. He is a vehicle. He has the harpoon gun, range 5, AP 1, combat blades, range F, frenzy 1. So essentially, you're getting another Saphir trooper. Okay, so you can take a hunter for 13 points, and you give him a monowheel scout bike for 5 points. Excuse me, instead of 5 points, 1 point, bringing him up from 13 to 14, 1 VP. I love the hunters. I love the hunters for the Rebs. I think they're great. I know 5s across the board is, you know, for shooting and fighting and surviving is tough. But, you know, for 14 points with the harpoon, AP1 and a frenzy 1, really good. Now, giving him an extra point. Hey, listen, this guy, out of most of the guys on the bikes, you see that they're like more geared towards shooting. But if you think about it, this guy with a 5+ frenzy 1 can blast into combat from five cubes away and get into combat and maybe hold its own with the frenzy 1. You know, rolling at least 4 dice minimum on the attack. If there's a buddy in there, you're getting 5. I love it. I love it. Listen, I don't want to say I was one of the first ones, but early on when Saphir were coming in, and we just changed our Saphir. Before they even had Saphir, we took our Dreadball team, which I know is tough for some of you Dreadball players, but the models are fantastic. I changed the guns, and we were using them as troopers and snipers and whatnot. So we were going with a whole Saphir faction with the Revs before they were even factions. So you think about it, this guy's a great addition to it. Out of all of these guys, I think the Saphir Hunter Mako is my favorite on the bike. I just like him for 1 point, and he doesn't lose anything. He's exactly the same, especially that he has the combat blades with frenzy 1. This is my go-to right here, man. I love it. All right, so the Veerman only had about 12 troops, and we needed another one. So the Veerman Thrall moves on a 2 to 3, no armor, size 1, no shoot, 6 fight, 5 survive, teeth and claws, range F, 6 points, 1 VP. This is the truest form, and this is the truest way to get fodder into your army. You know, playing the Veerman a lot. I love the Volt Chasers. I love the Stalkers. They are my go-to guys. So I don't know if this would fit into there. It looks more like maybe a Kings of War guy, or he's just like a feral feral rat that's part of the Veerman faction, but nothing special. But it's 6 points. For 60 points you get 10 of them. Might work. Might work there. You can throw the Broodmother on them, giving them some base buffs and get them into combat a little better. But that 6+ fight, man. But 6 points, you can't. What can you ask for? All right, the Veerman Thrall. All right, so we got an errata. We got a few things here. All right. So first things first. On page 34, Sardric Ugric, remove Tactician 1. We knew that from a long time ago. Now this is a big one. I spoiled the surprise before, but on page 41, 57, 73, and 87 of your Escalation book, the shotgun, combat shotgun, and Accutech ID KFA shotgun. Increase the range to range 3. Not bad. Not bad. Range 3 is kind of the limit for me. I really do. If it's range 2 as a pistol or whatnot, you're kind of stuck with it, but this is a good change. I've been saying that we should have done this a while ago. All right. This is a great one. In the Asterians, page 43, Marionette Prime. The linked ability. Change the final sentence to, at the end of the activation, do not mark the second model as activated. That is fantastic. That makes the Matsudan leader splat just that much worse, and this one that much better, because you don't have to do it. At the end of it used to be that both models would be activated. Now they're not. So now the Marionette Prime his stock went up a lot, because that really makes a difference. All right, page 61, Forge Guard, increase move 1 to 2. I've been a Forge Father player since they came out. All right, when version 1 was out and they were selling the 2 little VCR boxes of Forge Fathers and Asterians, I jumped on the Forge Fathers right away. All right, and then I took them to Adepticon the first time because I love them that much. All right, the Forge Guard was always a 1-to-1. I never liked it, but I understood it. Stubby legs, big heavy guys, it's hard. But then the other side of your argument that I thought of was, well, the Forge Fathers are these artisans, and they can make the best armor, and they make armor for the GCPS and the Enforcers, but they don't give them the best armor. So why wouldn't they, as innovators and motivators of armor and technology, just warfare technology and armor, be able to move a big guy 1 to 2? So this, to me, is a great change. I understood both sides of the argument, but I kind of like the fact that they move 1 to 2. Game changer. Getting them moving, because a lot of times your Forge Guard usually don't get into the battle, and if by the time they get there, your opponent's won the game. Now we have a fighting chance. All right, the next one, page 76, the Skyscraper. Changed the name to Commando Skyscraper, which is great because he was just a Skyscraper, so now he's Commando, and you reduced the cost from 18 to 14. So now, why is that a big deal? First of all, making him cheaper makes him better. All right, he was a little too expensive in my opinion. 18 points just was way too much. 14's a lot better. Aerial deployment. He's not special, but he's a little bit more mobile. All right. Now, by giving him Commando, you're going to be able to link him with the Marauder Sergeant, who has his splat that you can re-roll dice any test with Commando in their name. Giving him Commando Skyscraper, you can now run that Marauder Commando heavy list. You take the Commando Sergeant, take the Commando Specialists, take the Commando Troops. Now you can take the Commando Skyscraper. I think it's great. A horde, the green horde coming back at you. Page 98, Murder Birds, remove Scout. Now, I don't see why. All right, I think they should have had Scout. I was jockeying for the fact that they should keep Scout, because here's the thing. All right, I got about 8 sets of Murder Birds ready to go, because I was building up my Plague army for Firefighting Warpath. So obviously when I take my plague, I'm going to take about 2 sets of murder birds. 1 set minimum, but at least 2 because they're that good. You know that they have scout. Okay? You know that they have scout. So prepare for it. Prepare for it. But instead what happened is, oh, they got scout, they're too powerful, they're this, they're that, they're this, they're that, and everybody complained, and then they removed scout. I don't agree with it. I think you should have kept it, figure out a way to beat it. Listen, I went against plague. We got a few guys who play plague in our group. You got to deal with them, man. You got to deal with them. Make sure you get scout, or maybe you get into a good position, advantageous position, so that you can fight there. Or, if you do win the recon, those guys go first because they're going to scout up, and they're going to usually put them in a position where you could see them. So, you got to deal with it, but you don't have to deal with it anymore because they took away scout. This is, out of all of them, I'm the least happy with. All right, page 99, the bursters. Increased cost to 12 points. So you're going from 11 to 12. Give them a 5+ shoe, which they didn't have. And then you can add the weapon, which is the pus burst. Range 2, AP 2, it burns. All right? So for 12 points, you're getting a AP 2, it burns. Now, you can hook them up with the leader, and you take the lieutenant, you take the stage 2s, you take a bunch of bursters and aberrations, 16 points, 12 points, your aberrations 40. You could probably fit 3 aberrations in there if you really wanted to, some bursters and whatnot. With his splat, you're going to get the extra movement and the no rampage and whatnot. I just love it, but then again, anything that makes the plague better makes plague people happy, because plague players out there are very loyal. All right, now next one, page 104, the Rebel Sorak. You're going to reduce his cost from 9 to 6. Good idea. Good idea. Getting him in there, having a blast weapon for 6 points is not a bad deal. Blast is another one of those things that people overlook. Go back in your rule book and check out what Blast does. All right, I've gone over it a few times in different videos, but Blast is kind of like the unsung hero of the Rebs, or anything for that matter. So on the surface, it doesn't do any outward damage, but the effects that it does can really help. And you got to start to think tactically, because Blast is just it's a good ability. For 6 points, it's a no-brainer. Page 115, okay, for the Veerman, increase the Stalker to 9 points. So they were 8, now they're 9. My Stalker, like I said, that's my go-to guys, man. Those are my dudes. 8 to 9, I understand it. I liked them better when they were 8, but I understand the 9. Makes sense, but I guess you're gonna have to take some thralls, which I don't know. I'm gonna stick with my Stalkers at 9. Page 120, the heavy chem thrower, reduced the cost to 6 points and 0 VPs. All right, they were 9 points and 1 VPs, now 6 points and 0 VPs. Never took the heavy chem thrower for the fact that they were too expensive at 9, and they were 1 VP. At 6 and 0, it's worth it. It's worth it. All right, I'd rather take a heavy chem thrower than a thrall. Okay, you need the AP. It helps get that nightmare with the heavy chem thrower. It makes a big deal. Yeah, definitely works. Heavy chem thrower is a good weapon for 6 points, man. And you're not getting banged out for any VPs. It's a definite take. All right, everyone. Well, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Some good stuff for Deadzone here. This is a great way to plug some newer models in there, get some new life in there. And, like I said, the prices are a steal for a lot of these guys, especially with the mono wheels. Good stuff. All right, some new FAQ for you there, an errata to change up. A lot of the community was asking for stuff. Some stuff I agree with, and some stuff I didn't, which I've already gone over. But hey, listen, thanks a lot for joining me in this journey on Deadzone. We have a Patreon page if you want to help us keep the lights on here, help us make more great videos. We also have a Discord where we talk a lot about things. And if this is your first time here, you got to subscribe, man. You help us out. Please put a comment below. Okay, I know there's stuff that I said. This is my opinion. If you agree or disagree, don't be a dick, but let's discuss it, man. That's what it's all about. And if anything, like this video, share it with your friends. I would really appreciate it. So from the bottom of my heart, I'd like you all to stay safe out there. I want to roll dice with all of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.